Everyone on this job has a case that doesn't go away. For me, it was the lemon case. It stuck with me like the chill on a cold winter night, gnawing at my bones without a moment's respite. It all started with the McLeod murder. A young woman had been the victim of a petty crime gone wrong. A sentence uttered too many times in this goddamn town. The precinct wrapped things up pretty quick, sweeping it under the carpet like yesterday's news. But I felt they were missing something huge, something that was lurking just below the surface. Call it intuition, hell, call it divine intervention for all I care. But I was drawn to that grave like a mosquito to flame. And I was gonna get to the bottom of this. If you ask me now what I was looking for, I couldn't tell you. All I knew was there was more to this than met the eye. And I was sure as hell gonna find it. It didn't take long to find my first lead. Flowers, just like all the others. But there was something in that name that caught my attention. Lemon. It sliced through the sea of well wishes and I misused like a knife. It didn't seem like much, but that name would haunt me for a long time. I knew I needed to speak to this woman. She was my gal, the lantern that would shed some light on the McLeod case. Pippa Lemon. Could she be the missing garnish on this fishy plate of crime? It didn't take long to find her. A tester at Drug Corp, working alongside McLeod at one of the biggest pharmaceuticals this side of the Atlantic. It was an obvious place to start, but with the increase in security from their latest mishap with the media, I thought to myself, there's no way I'm getting in there. So I decided to go round to her apartment to meet this lemon for myself. The room was bare. It was unnatural, like a blank canvas in an art gallery, and the chilling sense that something was very, very wrong. It hit me in the chest like the 6:49 express train to Boston. Blood. The calling card of Lady Murder herself. My first inclination was that this was big. The McLeod and Lemon's fates were intertwined in a deadly game of power and deceit. Both slaves to the same corporation that chewed them up and spat them out. Coincidence? I don't believe in coincidence. I could scarce believe how a broad with a name so sour could have a face so sweet. A femme fatale whose eyes could look a fella up and down and find him wanting. One look at that face told me I wouldn't rest until justice had been served. Searching through the few remaining possessions left me with nothing but more questions and a sharp sense of failure. Until I found the letter from Drug Corp. Now I wasn't surprised to see that name. I could almost read the headlines already. The contents made the unwelcome taste of bile crawl up my throat like a rodent stuck in a drain pipe. Miss Lemon was apparently involved in some sour encounters with management, serious enough to merit this formal written warning. But I read between the lines. This was no warning. I peeled back the skin and could taste the bitter thread underneath. The more I thought about it, the less McLeod's murder looked like a random act of violence. This was a cover-up, the scale of which made my head spin faster than a record player in a gentleman's lounge. This was one Lemon who needed some aid, and I was the only man who could give it to her. So I kept searching. I turned this city upside down, leaving no stone unturned. Every time I thought the case had run dry, I'd squeeze out another drop of evidence. A small taste of the truth that always left me thirsty for more. Time lost all meaning. Days blurred as one. The only thing that mattered was Lemon. The sharp aftertaste of homicide left me grasping for new leads, like an out-of-work John down at Mickey's scrambling for the citric relief after another shot at tequila. But then I saw it. I was Moses parting the Red Sea of dead ends and broken theories, and what I found scared me like nothing I'd seen in my whole life. I saw the truth. The road went further than I'd ever imagined. This went right to the top. Drug Corp, the FBI, even the British Secret Service, you name it, they were all involved. And I could prove it. The blood-soaked cloth, the threatening Drug Corp letter, the apartment wiped clean. They were the beating wings of the butterfly, which led to the hurricane of lies and deceit that I was now standing firmly in the eye of. Life gave me lemon, and I was about to serve an ice-cold glass of justice.